Hey guys, my name is Nogan and welcome to my C++ series. So in today's video we are focusing on arrays in C++. We're looking at something very interesting, which is like arrays, and how we can use arrays in C++, because arrays are only focusing more in the concept of memory management, which is very important in coding. Before you continue, if you guys haven't watched the previous video, it's about more string functions in C++. Link a card on top there. Go and check it out, because there we speak about strings and string functions that are predefined in the header file. But now today's video, like I mentioned, we're focusing on an array. Let's first define first what is an array. So an array is a collection of fixed number of components that have the similar elements. For example, if we declare an array of type int, the type int now has a memory location we stored in computer memory, so which means we can share the same memory location with a collection of the same types of numbers of type integer. For example, let's go to the main function here. I'm going to say int, let me say int numbers. And when you're declaring an array, you have to use this index braces, as you can see here, because this is now an index that contains where the number of elements are going to be contained in your array. Now, I want to store how many number of elements in here. Let me say 5. Now, this is how you declare a array in C++. You have the data type of the variable name of number, as you can see, is type int. Then afterwards you can include now this index braces, which means it's like a subscript where you have to include a num inside of it. As you can see, we're looking for 5 number of elements of array of type what? Int, as you can see here. So what you can do, as you can see, in today's video we focus on like how you define or how you declare an array and how you initialize it. So I'm going to initialize this array now in the same line of code. So when you're initializing an array in C++, you have to use these curly braces. Now in here, because this array is type int, which means it has to contain integers. So I'm going to first say the first integer is going to be 1. The second will be 12. The third will be 3, 2, 4. The fourth will be 5, 4. And the sixth will be 600. As you can see, we have a few 5 numbers of type int stored in the single variable here of number, which is like an array, of course. Then the question is, how can you see that the index of the first number that's been stored in here is occupying memory in the same memory location of int? Sorry. So what you can do, guys, you can say cout. After saying cout, now in the same number, the variable name, afterwards you're going to include this index again, but the index of number. For example, let's say we want to look at the index for 1. The index for 1 will start from excuse me, from 0, which means just include 0 there as the first index of the array. Say end line. Let me just include here, say first index number, yeah, like this. Awesome. So the first index will be for the first number, which means if we print this out, we'll see the statement saying 1 being displayed here. So let's run this and see what's happening. Excuse me. Awesome. As you guys can see, we have now the first index number is going to be 1. So let's try and see if the other ones also give us a proper value. So let's just, I'm going to highlight this. Highlight this. I'm going to copy this and paste them 4 more times. Okay, I'm going to say here now to be second. It's going to be 1. Awesome. I'm going to say here 2, 3, and 4. Awesome. So guys, as you can see, what's happening is that now this statement here will display the index of all the numbers being stored here. So what's happening is that an array comes from 0. It starts from the index of 0. As you can see, the first index here. Number is equal to 0 first, then 1, 2, 3, 4, which means it starts from 0. So which means even if you have like 100 numbers here, it starts from the first index of like 0, which will be eventually, you'll have like, if it's 100 here numbers, you'll have here 99 of those from 0, of course, to give you the number of all the elements being stored as a collection in this num variable here. So let's run this and see what's happening. Awesome. As you guys can see, all our variables being stored in there have been displayed here. Awesome. So let's add another variable, say double. I'm going to say sales. Also going to be an index. If index, which means this one now, I'm going to just store a few numbers there. Maybe I'm going to store, let's say for example, let's say 4 sales numbers. But this variables now will be of type double, which means after this, I'm going to save 12.5, 45.6, 78.2, and also 100.15. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to highlight this also, copy and paste it here. But now because these will be of type double, I'm going to come back here, change this to double. The name will be sales. Let me just highlight this. Let me highlight this. Sales. Yeah, it's easy like this. Sales. Awesome. Let me just remove this because we have how many index we have there? Only 4, which means these will be our index here. Let me just include here, say double, it shows a double index. Let's go back again now, just making it confusing. So just include here double. Awesome. So guys, you can see we have 2 variables declarable of type int and also double, but now they are array variables, as you can see. So what's going to happen now? I'm going to run this again and see what's happening. Awesome. As you can see, we have a very beautiful display of like what's happening with those 2 index. The good thing about arrays is that Think about it. If you can have an array of memory, like one block of memory that shares the same memory location of the same variable name, it becomes much more an advantage. Think about it. In the previous videos, we spoke about, I mentioned in this other video that when we declare, in the previous video when we focus on in the while loops, when we had a while loop and a for loop also. In a while loop, we had a while loop where we eventually use it to modify or do calculations with adding the few numbers. So I'm gonna do the same thing in the next video where we're using an array to try and use an array. For example, if you have int say num1, int num1, num2, as you can see, so on and so forth in the previous video that we did. So I'm going to use the same approach in this next video, but now where we're going to use this type of array system where we can have like an array of 5 numbers and make our code much more better and optimize it a little better. So in the next video I'm going to do that with using an array combined with the previous video we did before of while loop, combined with the array to show you guys like how this thing become an advantage in terms of programming. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to comment down below if you have any questions. Don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel, click on the bell notification. Let me see if they post on my channel.